Rambo, First Blood, Part 1. Okay, but again, I'm not going to have this the whole time. Just... Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your spoiler review for Rambo, First Blood, Part 1. And like I said in my non-spoiler review, I know that Rambo wasn't originally part of the title. Moving on. So the good, the bad, the furry. So this is spoilers. And honestly, I'm probably going to talk about 2 and 3 a little bit, and even the latest, Rambo from like 2008 as well. So you've been warned. Moving on. So, the good, the bad, the furry. The furry, there's some Dobermans in this one, and what I like is that they're killed off screen. And what I mean by that is that you don't have to see him die to get that he handled them. You know, like, maybe if this was maybe Rambo 2008, maybe they would have shown him, like, giant, but this is the early 80s, late 70s, and you didn't need to see them. You heard it, and you know what happened. And I think that is kind of one of the things about this movie that is so great, is that if you really look at it, there's no body count. There is zero body count in this movie. And that's kind of mind-blowing when you think about how, like, Rambo 2, 3, and especially Rambo 2008, there is just so many dead people. He just kills everybody. And in this one, he doesn't kill anybody, you know? And the thing is that this movie was originally titled First Blood, and that was a big thing in the movie, is that they drew First Blood. Now, if you watch it, when he, like, elbows one of the cops as he's escaping, like the last cop he elbows, you can argue that maybe that dude's nose might have bled, but you didn't see it. You didn't see it bleed. So, with how they edited everything, they are correct. Also, I should probably have pointed out earlier, but it's starring Sylvester Stallone of the Rocky and Rambo franchise, among other many good movies. Sylvester Stallone, Richard Crenna, and those are the only actors that I know by name, and Richard Crenna only from the Rambo movies. But it also has David Caruso. He's the CSI Miami guy with the sunglasses. Yeah, he does not have quite the charisma and cool guy attitude that he does in the CSI Miami show. It's funny. You should see him. He's just like the young guy. It's like, oh, but guys, it's pretty funny. But anywho, getting back to the main thing of the movie, is that the other Rambos are just this, like, machismo, ultimate testosterone, like, this guy can take out an entire army by himself, badassery. And that's true. And that's great. And, like, Richard Crenna talks about how, if you're going to bring 200 people up there, then you better bring a good supply of body bags. So, like, he has the badassness to him. But that's not the point of this one. The other ones are to show feel like they are to show the heroic part. But with this one, that's not what it's about. What it's about is this Vietnam vet who has come back and just doesn't know what to do. And honestly, this movie would be excellent. But when you watch that last 5-ish minutes, just that last scene with just Sylvester Stallone and Richard Crenna, oh, not gonna lie, first time I watched that, I cried. So it is so powerful, and the fact that it shows vulnerability, and it shows the effect that the war had on him, and when the Vietnam War happened, it was a thing where veterans would come back and they'd get spat on and baby killing and all these other things that he listed, and it's something that I don't know, because I wasn't really alive back then, and maybe I should do a little bit more research, but I think that this movie was maybe not the only one, but I'm sure that it brought it to a wider audience because of the, film franchise it has spawned. A wider audience, that these veterans that went to a war that maybe you didn't support, but they were not the ones that deserved to get spat on. Like, they were doing what they could to save their friends and the people that were there with them, and the effect that they had on them. And there wasn't as big of a thing with counseling and support and all this stuff. after the Vietnam War that there is nowadays. So, I mean, he talks about, I was in charge of $1 million equipment. Here, I can't even hold down a job washing or parking cars. Like, that's so sad, and it's so true with how war can affect people. And it's really something that this most badass of badass guys that just get to the unbeatable territory in the next movie. Like this movie's climax is when he's crying on the floor, just thinking about his friend, and he's like, I can't find his legs. It gets to you. And I feel this movie. And I appreciate the fact that he didn't kill anybody in it. I mean, you could argue that when he goes into the town and he's got the M60 and he's just like, taking out buildings and whatnot, like, could he have killed somebody? Sure, but A, we don't see anybody die, and B, I think that, you had the cop announce, hey, everybody get away for your own safety, and, it's at night. He set off the explosion so people would be aware. So I think that there's a safe enough bet that he didn't kill anybody and didn't think he was going to definitely kill somebody. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do a spoiler review for the other movies because they are excellent, excellent movies, but they don't have emotional impact as I think this one did. Maybe Rambo 2008, because that was another one that really had kind of a similar like point to it a little bit. Well, not necessarily similar, but you'll see, and you should see. You should see all of them, especially before the latest Rambo comes out, because Rambo 2008 was so good that, like, I mean, that would have been fine, and I was happy with that ending. And that ending was what, 10, 11 years ago or something? And the fact that they're going to continue it, and they're calling it Last Blood. So I don't think they're going to have like a Last Blood Part 2, you know what I mean? So watch these to prep yourself for watching the last one. If nothing else, watch this Rambo First Blood, and then watch Rambo 2008 before you go see the other one in theaters. That's my recommendation. So yeah, thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you watch all the Rambos. Alrighty, hope you see you at the next one. Bye.